Welcome to Emonews package for Tuesday, 29th July 2025. I am your presenter, Suanna Benjamin.
And I'm Rick Francis.
In the headlines,
2 new packages presented in budget to boost community tourism.
Law Week 2025 to feature engaging public discussions.
Over 100 delegates attend 7-day Adventist Community Services Retreat in Dominica.
And Leat Air 2020 Limited unveils new brand identity. And in local news, in his budget presentation on Friday, Finance Minister Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre spoke of 2 new initiatives of his government which are set to come on stream in the new fiscal year. These initiatives, he said, are intended to boost community tourism and serve as a major income earner for individuals. Let's hear from the Finance Minister.
Mr. Speaker, demands for Destination Dominica is expanding at a rapid pace. As a result, finding high standard accommodation, particularly during peak season, is becoming a challenge. During this fiscal year, we anticipate that Tranquility Beach Resort in Salisbury, Ocean Edge in Castle Comfort, and Sanctuary Rainforest Resort in the Rose Valley will commence operations, while Aniki Resort in Picard is expected to become operational by October 2026.
Meanwhile, the leader of the opposition, Honorable Anthony Charles, said that while the budget is commendable, there are certain things he would recommend. And let's hear from Honorable Anthony Charles.
I acknowledge the effort of the government in presenting a budget that aims for balancing resilient development and physical discipline for sustainable growth. We see the investment in resilient infrastructure, healthcare, digital transformation, housing, education, tourism, and agriculture as a step towards economic recovery and improving livelihoods. Housing program, while beneficial, the applicant process must be streamlined and made more transparent. For broader job creation, a national skill gap analysis should be conducted regularly to tailor vocational training programs directly to meet industry demands, reducing skill mismatch and ensure long-term employment. Mr. Speaker, we still have more work to in terms of enhancing motivation, retention, and fairness within the public service. Additionally, measures should be considered. While the housing program is beneficial, the applicant process must be streamlined and made more transparent with clear criteria, timeline, and support from applicants throughout the process.
And in other news, on Sunday, the West Coast Cooperative Credit Union held its 20th General Annual Meeting under the theme, Transforming Challenges into Opportunities. President of the Board of Directors welcomed members and spoke of the challenges of the institution.
It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to the 20th Annual General Meeting, a milestone that reflects 2 decades of steadfast service, resilience, and growth, all made possible because of you, our valued members. This past year, we continued to transform challenges into opportunities, improving services, introducing new products, enhancing our digital access, and engaging more deeply with you, our community. We grew stronger financially, welcomed more members into our family, and reaffirmed our role as a in your financial journey and its development for our communities. Looking ahead, we are excited to bring you even greater convenience, including plans for international debit card, a refreshed website, and more spacious, modern main office to better serve you.
At the annual general meeting, a featured address was delivered by Patrick John of the Financial Intelligence Unit. He called on the credit union to ensure that all employees receive compliance training.
From the member service reps who open new member accounts, loans officers who reviews applications to the applications, who update our firewalls, every action contributes to the integrity of our institutions. Let me put it plainly, one weak link can expose the entire chain. That's why ongoing training, internal audits, reporting mechanisms, and a culture of ethical behavior are not optional extras. They are non-negotiables. And one of those rules, we need to instill a shared sense of mission. Because what we are protecting is not just money, it is trust.
And John Case of the Independent Regulatory Commission also gave remarks to apprise members of the tariff review that DOMLEC will be ongoing soon and how they may be impacted.
It's hard there to ensure that whatever rates DOMLEC produce, based on their calculation, it is fair and just to the customer. So we at the IRC, what we are trying to do is to establish that the rates will be affordable to customers as well as consumers.
It was a lively presentation as members of the West Coast Credit Union expressed their displeasure with the Independent Regulatory Commission and DOMLEC. Some members also showed keen interest in how the proposed geothermal plant to be commissioned by year's end fits into this tariff review.
Well, let us come up with a new structure that will allow for 12 hours of what we call time of use. 12 hours of on-peak time and 12 hours of off-peak time. What we call time of use. Now, during the on-peak time, the rate will be slightly higher than the off-peak time. Now, what that will do for customers is that it will allow them to shift certain loads to these off-peak periods, whereby they could benefit of a lower tariff. Now, it is a trade-off because of the fact that obviously we cannot say that it will go up or down just yet, but at the end of the day, we are trying to do our best to give power to the customer to shift loads. For example, in your residential setting, you could have laundry, you could have baking, and you could have other activities that utilize electricity that would shift in off-peak periods. Now, the on-peak periods are basically 8 to 12 hours during the day, and the off-peak periods are usually at night. The principle that feeds into the time of use is basically that DOMLEC utilizes much more of its generating assets during the peak period than off-peak periods. So therefore, it will cost them a little less to produce electricity during the off-peak periods compared to the on-peak.
And in other news, over 100 delegates from St. Lucia and Barbados gathered in Dominica for the 7-day Adventist Community Services Retreat focused on faith-driven service, training, and fellowship. Speaking to Emonews, Pastor Dale Haynes of Barbados shared that the retreat was not only spiritual but also action-oriented. Delegates participated in beach cleanups in Portsmouth, painted 3 homes, and gave the Arthur Waldron Academy a fresh coat of paint. Let's hear from Pastor Haynes.
Pastor Dale Haynes. I'm from Barbados. but I also represent East Caribbean Conference, what we call our Community Services Department. So Barbados and Dominica. So we're here, at the Arthur Waldron Academy. What we're doing is we have a retreat in collaboration with St. Lucia. So we have St. Lucia, Barbados, and we have Dominica. It's all come together to do something amazing. What we've called it empowered. So we are empowering our members, empowering our community service leaders, to do more, to get there, because we understand quite firmly that if you can't connect, you can't correct. So hence, we want to be able to, to connect. So we're here learning different skills, new techniques, and also just recharging our batteries.
Delegates also visited the hospital and the home for the aged, where they donated water filters and gifted air fresheners to bus drivers at the Borough Square. Cultural nights celebrated the vibrant traditions of Dominica, St. Lucia, and Barbados. The retreat left a meaningful impact on the community while strengthening regional bonds through service.
The Dominica Bar Association officially launched Law Week 2025, which will run from Saturday, July 26 to Saturday, August 2nd. Let's hear from President of the Bar Association, Noelis Knight Didier, as she outlines the activities for Law Week 2025.
Good evening. The Dominica Bar Association is pleased to announce our Law Week 2025 under the theme One People, One Constitution, One Law, Empowering Communities Through the Rule of Law. The week-long event runs from July 26th to August 2nd. We kicked off with a church service yesterday as well as a visit to the state prison. At the state prison, we donated books as well as a voucher for groceries and supplies and provided free legal consultation to some of the inmates. As our youth outreach this year, we today hosted paralegal study students for a day at court. Later this week, we will also hold a continuing legal education seminar for lawyers on the Titles by Registration Act. The week will culminate on Saturday in a fundraising gala and awards dinner at the Fort Young Hotel, which will be geared towards supporting the Bar Association's Secondary School Scholarship Fund. At the dinner, we will have the honor of Mr. Justice of Appeal, Mr. Reginald Amo, SC, being our keynote speaker on the theme. Prior to that, however, on July 31st, we want to invite all members of the public to join us for a public panel discussion on the topic, The Riot Act. Is it necessary in a democratic society? This panel discussion is co-sponsored by CG United Insurance Company Limited, and we are very thankful to them for their sponsorship. It will be held at the UWI Center at 7 p.m. this Thursday. The panelists will be none other than the Honorable Attorney General, Mr. Levi Peter, Mrs. Wynant Adrian Roberts, retired High Court Judge, Attorney at Law, Mr. Geoffrey Leat, and the Learned Director of Public Prosecution of Antigua and Barbuda, Mr. Clement Joseph. We just, in closing, want to thank the public for their continued support of the Dominica Bar Association and look forward to your participation in the events this year, particularly at the free public panel discussion this Thursday, 7 p.m. at the UWI Center. Thank you.
The community of Ansdime celebrated their feast over the weekend. While they battled rainy weather and competing events, chairman of the village council said that the event was a success. Let's listen.
Hello everyone, hello to the viewers of Emonews. We are indeed happy from the Ansdime feast that we have concluded our feast, and it was a wonderful experience for all those who came out to support us this last weekend at the Ansdime feast. It was a tremendous success, and we're looking forward for next year. I want to thank those who came out in large numbers to support us, and we do look forward for your continued patronage for 2026. Again, I want to thank our sponsors for being on board with us, the Honorable Lucky Joseph, Discover Dominica Authority, HHV Witches and Company, Digital Dominica, Fine Foods Inc., Lindomat, Belfast Estate, Marigold Cooperative Credit Union, DreamWorks Car Rentals, Emonews, Cobra Tours, T-Serial Ballistas Plus, Stephen Thomas and Julia Wheeler, and of course Impact Services. We want to thank all you guys who came on board with us, and we look forward to our continued patronage together for 2026.
Finally, on the local scene, entertainment attorney Bernie Lawrence Watkins and ISRC International Standard Recording Code coding expert Chester Wilkins, both proud natives of Dominica, are presenters at the National Bar Association's Centennial Convention, which is being held this week. Today, July 29th, the two will form part of a high-level panel discussion titled The Entertainment Industry and Artificial Intelligence. Though both have lived in the United States for decades, Lawrence Watkins and Wilkins remain deeply connected to their Dominican roots and are proud to represent the island at one of the most prestigious legal and entertainment gatherings in the world. For the two of them, their presence at this historic convention is about more than law and technology. It's about proudly waving the Dominican flag on one of the biggest stages in the legal and entertainment world. And congratulations to both of them. And regionally, some exciting news from one of the region's longest-serving airlines. In a bold step forward in its transformation journey, Leat 2020 Limited has officially launched its new commercial name and brand identity, Leat Air. While the legal name Leat 2020 Limited remains unchanged, the airline will now operate publicly and commercially as Leat Air, reflecting a renewed focus on regional connectivity and delivering exceptional service. CEO Abdul Salam explained, "The name Leat holds deep historical and emotional value across the Caribbean. As we grow and expand into new markets, it's important that our name reflects our vision. Leat Air pays tribute to our legacy while positioning us confidently within the global aviation industry." And in more regional news, the African Export-Import Bank, in partnership with the government of Grenada, will host the 4th Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum this week at the Radisson Convention Center in St. George's. The forum will bring together leaders, investors, and innovators from Africa and the Caribbean to strengthen trade and investment ties, explore new opportunities, and promote regional collaboration. Key topics include plans for an African-Caribbean free trade area, creative economic growth, improved connectivity, and enhanced business networks. And in more exciting news, Dominican opens up new coffee shop on Main Street, Tortola. The Brew Coffee Shop officially opened its doors on July 21st on Main Street, Tortola. The shop, owned by Dion Anselm, aims to serve quality coffee and pastries to the local community. Let's hear from Mr. Ansem as he describes his vision.
My name is Dan Ansler, Managing Director for the Brew Coffee. We just opened this wonderful cafe where you could get your pastries and your hot chocolate, your bush tea, your mocha, your cappuccino. So we welcome all our customers to this location in Main Street, opposite the old prison in the capital of Road down to Tola. So we are happy to serve you. Be welcome. We welcome you. Come out and get your coffee. We have seating. We have area that you could lunch and have a good time. Thank you so much.
And internationally, a tragic shooting in Midtown Manhattan Monday evening left 4 dead, including a New York Police Department officer. Mayor Eric Adams says the gunman, Shane Tamura, appeared to be targeting NFL offices at Park Avenue. Investigators found a note referencing CTE, a brain condition linked to contact sports. Tamura, a former high school football player, blamed the NFL for his injury. He drove from Las Vegas to New York, mistakenly took the wrong elevator, and opened fire at Rudin Management instead of the NFL offices. One Blackstone employee was among the victims. Another person remains in critical condition. And Southwest Airlines flight from Burbank to Las Vegas made a sudden drop Friday to avoid a possible mid-air collision. Passengers say the plane plunged so fast it lifted them from their seats. 2 flight attendants were injured. The FAA is investigating the incident, which comes just days after another near miss. Passengers say that the pilot's collision warning went off and he had to take evasive action. They applauded when the plane landed safely. And in Russia, a sweeping cyber attack has forced hundreds of pharmacies across Russia, primarily in Moscow, to shut down, per reports. The breach comes just 1 day after a massive hack crippled Aeroflot, Russia's largest airline, suggesting a coordinated escalation in digital warfare targeting critical infrastructure. And in more news from Russia, Russia launched a wave of overnight attacks across Ukraine, killing at least 27 civilians and injuring dozens more, according to Ukrainian officials. The strikes targeted a prison and medical facilities in the region, despite U.S. President Donald Trump's warning of impending sanctions and tariffs unless Moscow halts its offensive. Trump, speaking from Scotland, expressed disappointment in Russian President Vladimir Putin and said he was not interested in talking anymore. Kremlin officials responded defiantly, warning that ultimatums could escalate tensions with the U.S. President Zelensky condemned the attacks as conscious, deliberate strikes, noting that 73 towns and villages were hit overnight.
And that's a wrap for international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this short message.
Hey guys, I'm Alicia, your eyewear specialist. I'm so excited to welcome you to OptiShop right here in Arizona. We've got a wide selection of prescription glasses, from single vision to progressives and so much more. Our frames aren't just unique, they're affordable too, with styles you can only find right here at OptiShop Dominica. Ready to see the world in a whole new way? Contact us at 615-0431 to schedule your visit today. We can't wait to help you pick the perfect pair. OptiShop Dominica, where style meets affordability.
And in sports news, tough start for Dubla FC in CFU Club Shield opener. Dubla FC fell 4-0 to Jamaica's Arnett Gardens in the opening group stage match of the CFU Club Shield yesterday in Trinidad. Despite the tough result, the team showed determination and resilience in the second half. We extend our best wishes to Jerome Burkhardt for a speedy recovery after sustaining an injury during the match. We wish to inform that the Dominica Olympic Committee, DOC, held its special general meeting for the election of the officers to serve on the executive board of the committee on Wednesday, 23rd July 2025. The following officers were duly elected to serve on the executive board of the DOC to administer its affairs for the ensuing 2025-2029 quadrennial. Mr. Billy Doctrove, President, Mr. Donnie Robinson, Vice President, Mrs. Finella Winham Shepherd as Secretary General, Mr. Dexter Ducre, Treasurer, Ms. Colita Hamilton, Assistant Secretary Treasurer, Mr. Brendan Williams, Athletes Representative, Mr. Job Joseph, Member, Mr. Peter Letang, Member, Mr. Chester Letang, Member. We are thankful for your support over the last quadrennial and look forward to a fruitful collaboration in the coming years. Dominica was proudly represented at the Second Americas and Caribbean Gaps Camp in Jamaica. Julian Benjamin and Rufin Dupigny joined para-athletes and coaches from 6 Caribbean nations for the training event. Marking 1 year to the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games, the camp promotes inclusive sports and saw athletes compete in para-athletics and receive official classification, a key step toward international competition. Hall of Fame cornerback and Colorado coach Deion Sanders met with reporters on Monday to disclose his health issues. His doctors disclosed that Deion has bladder cancer and that he underwent a full bladder removal. Deion's doctor also said that he has been cured of cancer. He found it as a result of regular vascular scans. Now let's take a look at the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
This has been Emonews package for Tuesday, 29th July 2025. I am your presenter, Anna Benjamin.
And I'm Rick Francis.
Thank you for viewing.